This video is part of a series of videos focusing on the character relationship moments on screen between Yaz and the 13th Doctor. If you'd like to start at the beginning, click the link in the corner. Otherwise, welcome to the next video. I am recording this video out of sequence because Legend of the Sea Devils aired last weekend. I left my last video, part 9A in this series, with the lingering question of whether Yaz falls on the neuro-divergent spectrum, including a close study of where the Doctor falls on the same. Some of that discussion will inform details we are going to look at today. At the start, Yaz has put a great deal of effort into helping Dan dress for the situation. She has a background passion for over-the-top clothing, whether for herself or, in this case, for Dan.
What are you wearing?
What she gave me.
Yaz is proud of her work. She didn't dress Dan to make fun of him or to make him look silly.
Too much.
Way too much.
She's experiencing it for the sake of the outfit and the opportunity, and whether it is too much is irrelevant.
She said nautical would suit me.
At least you didn't bring the hook.
In fact, it takes her several more minutes into the episode before she acknowledges how out of place it is when they first meet Madam Ching. On a side note, the Doctor starts the episode saying they were 400 years off from their target location in time. What location in the early 1600s required Yaz and the Doctor to put on this culturally influenced clothing, but would need Dan to be dressed for a seafaring journey? Later in the episode, the Doctor suggests that she may in fact have been looking for the lost treasure of Flor de la Mar and Ji Hun. Very curious.
Rule 1. Don't wander off. Why didn't you stop him?
Why is it my fault? He's a grown man.
These two are really good at relationship banter, and now they have a mystery to pursue.
We find out what happened to Ji Hun, maybe pick up the lost treasure, zoom back to bargain with Madam Ching, and track down those sea devils.
And I'm sure the Doctor is looking for any excuse to go off on a side quest alone with Yaz. Plus, she wants to show off for Yaz since she now knows that Yaz likes her.
Do you see how quick that was? And we're bang on. Come on. Tell me you're impressed.
The Doctor is heavy-handed with her technique. She's clearly not very good at flirting with this incarnation.
Not a bad date, am I?
The Doctor is totally trying way too hard now.
Not a bad date, am I?
This moment is so awkward for both of them. The Doctor doesn't know how to flirt, but neither does Yaz. It's either not there at all, or it's all too much there. And especially for Yaz, she's just not ready to go there. But now she's been backed into a corner and she has to deal with it, even though she'd rather avoid it. Yaz doesn't have the skills to deflect or change the subject. So she has no choice but to answer honestly.
Not a bad date, am I?
No.
Two personalities who just don't know how to connect on the topic of their emotional attachment to each other.
Something's missing.
Not only is something missing about their destination, but something is missing in the moment that just happened.
Something's missing.
This is clearly not the right moment for either of them. It's too much, too fast. But for Yaz, it's more than that. It's an emotional storm. Yaz goes from, "Did she just say that?" to immediately second-guessing herself, not believing what she just heard. Because of the diversion, she thinks that she misread something. Yaz is visibly swallowing her tears right now. The emotional turmoil goes on for a full minute. Let's look at Mandip Gill's performance throughout. She's visibly thrown when the doctor says the word date, then grapples with that terror before deciding to be direct and honest by responding, "No, not a bad date at all." Then the doctor runs away from the moment, distracted in doctor fashion about the missing wreckage, and Yaz spends the rest of that scene sinking into the bottom of the ocean herself, becoming her own lost treasure of Flor de la Mar. Yaz gets criticized for not having enough moments on screen, for not being part of some stories, and even the performer gets frequently trolled for alleged shortage of acting chops or talent. Yet, here she is, riding this moment from terror to joy to crushing collapse, and she carries it through the entire scene, never dropping the emotional moment for a second. This is what good performance is about. This is what makes Mandip an exceptional performer. This moment right here. The only thing able to throw her out of it is an existential threat to their lives as the Hua Shen comes up from below the ocean bottom. After that moment, Yaz and the doctor are out of sync with their usual banter, their natural ability to be 100% on the same page as the other in a crisis.
What do you know of Gion?
We know you and he were in league. We know you're the cause of his ship sinking. So what have you done with the treasure?
I was keeping all that in reserve.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
Yaz is now trying to impress the doctor and ends up giving away their secrets to the Sea Devils.
Damp. Bit cramped. Damp cramped.
You talk to secure yourself time to think.
All right. Don't need the analysis. Anyway, who says that you're right?
Yaz was totally ready to call out the doctor, as she has done so many times before.
Doctor, stop. What's the plan? For getting out of here? For finding Dan? For stopping whatever thin face he is up to?
I'm going to keep him talking so he reveals himself. I'm going to find out what he's up to, and then I'll dazzle you with a beautiful bit of improvisation.
The doctor is back to laying it on thick, but this is the first time that the doctor has ever voiced what every doctor has always done for the companions: dazzle them. 13 believes that some transparent honesty delivered directly will make it different for Yaz.
You mean there's no plan?
Early days.
Yaz wishes 13 would get back to being her real self, rather than this performative 13. Plus, Yaz is still a mess from all the emotional processing. When the Sea Devil leaves, Yaz finally gives the doctor a look of acknowledgement. Yes, you are impressing me, as you always do. Even though things are awkward right now, Yaz still loves the doctor.
Yes, with me.
After the entire Flux season of keeping Yaz away from danger, and doing it again in the time loop of Eve of the Daleks, the doctor does it right this time, and makes sure Yaz is with her, even as the danger increases exponentially.
You know I said earlier about not being a bad date? And if I was going to, believe me, it'd be with you.
The look on Yaz's face is perfect. Mandip nails this one, just like she did earlier, looking out onto the ocean from the TARDIS with the doctor.
I think you're one of the greatest people I've ever known.
Finally, a proper voice for that moment back in Season 11, Episode 4.
Pleasure.
What are you going to do now?
Oh, you know, back in the box. There's loads to see.
There's something about that look that says everything. I've only just met you, but I want to get to know you better. Yaz and the doctor do get a moment on the beach together finally, and quiet time to reflect on what they have revealed to each other.
Can we just live in the present of what we have while we still have it?
Sure.
I don't think Yaz has any idea what she would do if she and the doctor were to have a romance. She has little to no experience with it. But she does know that everything she has shared with the doctor was special enough as it is, and that she doesn't need more, even if she might want more.
I wish this would go on forever.
There's just something pure that these two share that none of the other doctors have experienced. That's what makes this moment something to savor. That's what makes this relationship unique. I'll be happy with this resolution to carry us through Jodie's final episode. I love how we keep getting moments where the follow-through should be a kiss between Yaz and the Doctor. The first one was at the end of the Flux season, where they expressed the need to be more honest with each other and the tension of both wanting to be emotionally vulnerable. If Dan hadn't interrupted, they surely would have kissed. At the bottom of the ocean in this episode, before the Doctor got distracted by the missing shipwreck, that should have been a kiss, or would have if there was no interruption. And finally, here at the end, sitting at the beach, they both want to give in to this moment, but they know they can't. I'll see you next time as we continue to parse out relationship moments between Yaz and the 13th Doctor in the following episodes. Click the link in the corner for the next video, or find links in the description to all parts of the series.